Well, let's take you back to that story in Cape Town where we told you about scores of residents in Masiphumelele informal settlement who have been left stranded after a fire destroyed over 1,000 homes. Let me take you to eNCA's Nadine Teron, who is tracking that particular story. And Nadine, I understand there's been some movement in as far as government responding to the situation that those people in Masiphumelele informal settlement find themselves in following that fire. What has happened today?
Yes, I'm here with the Minister of Social Development, Minister Lindiwe Zulu. She was here to listen to the community leaders of Masiphumelele and hear their frustration. The main question is, when are the houses being built? Minister Zulu, can you tell us what did the community leaders tell you now, and what can you tell them?
Yes, firstly, I wanted to see for myself the situation so that when one sits in a meeting, which is a meeting that is called to coordinate what government has to do at a national, provincial and local level, at least one speaks from what one has seen, but also speaking from having engaged with the communities. In the main, the communities are saying that we are delaying in terms of the promises that we have made in terms of setting up the temporary structures. And then they're saying in terms of the food and other things that they need just to keep them alive for now, they have been getting that and they are comfortable with that at the moment, also because there are NPOs that have been working with them, which is really, truly appreciated. But they say when all that is said and done, the most important thing for them is for us to remove them from the streets, remove them from sleeping in the outside, because some of them have got relatives and friends who are keeping them, but they also can't keep them for long. So from here, because we have been talking at the level of human settlement, Minister Lindiwe Zulu did call a meeting of national, provincial and local structures and agreed that there are temporary structures that need to be put up here. But from a social development point of view, my worry is, how do you put up temporary structures in a place that is so marshy and there's so much water? So when I live here, going back to the meeting that is this afternoon, is then also to raise the concern that as social development is about the well-being of our citizens, individually and collectively. So when I look at this, I'm thinking of the children, I'm thinking of those that are with disability, I'm thinking of just their health, because the health minister also will have to play a role in something like this. The community gave me a rundown, the same rundown they gave to Minister Sisulu, and I appreciate that. I also thank the community, by the way, the leaders of the community, for keeping the community together, because that is what is very important. But what is much more important is for us to then say, when are the temporary structures going to be put up, and if it is possible, can there be another place other than this one? Because this is a wetland. Everybody can see. There's already water coming this way. The community leaders told me of another place, which is a sports field or something of that sort. I don't know if it's as big as this. So when we live here, going into the meeting, those are some of the suggestions we'll be making to say, would it not be possible for us to get alternative place to build the alternative shelters? And the community leaders are agreeing. They're saying it's a walking distance from here to there. So that's what we have to now engage with. I promise them that after the meeting, which Minister Sisulu has called, we will then come back to the community and engage with them, because we believe we cannot do things without the community. The community has got leaders that it has elected, so we have to work with the community. And whatever we do, it must be something that the community and the community leaders agree with.
And Minister, the big question, do we know when these houses are going to be built? Though people were expecting it today, there seems to be some miscommunication.
Yeah, I think that it was a little bit, the time was quite short, because from the 27th, when this thing happened, to now, I think there should have been an estimation that is realistic, so that the community are not feeling like they've been told of something and then it doesn't happen. I believe that as government also, we have to be realistic with the time frames and all, because to put up structures here, you don't just wake up and put up the structures. You need to find the right people with the right technology and all that. You need to find the right service provider that can be able to deliver, so that you can also get value for your money when you come here. So it will only be this afternoon, after the meeting, that we can have an estimate as to when these houses are supposed to be. Because the community, actually, the good thing is that they are saying, Minister, all we want is for you just to tell us when. We're not wanting you to build a pie in the sky and all this. Just give us a sense. When is it going to happen? We hear you, we understand, and we appreciate also the time frame. But they want us to be able to come back today to them and tell them exactly when the structures are going to be up. And that's what we're going to be discussing in a coordinated manner. National, provincial, local structures. And I think I was asking the MEC for Social Development, where is the MEC for COGTA? Because disaster management is their responsibility. And where is the MEC for Social Development, fortunately, is here with us. But we should be moving together as government in a properly coordinated plan.
And just looking at the rest of the country, Minister, with the COVID numbers rising, is there a chance that the national government will extend the 350 relief grant?
Well, that's a hope, that's a wish we could, but we have to be realistic about our situation. I'm sure that when President Cyril Ramaphosa took the decision to even announce the 350, it was out of really appreciating and understanding of the challenges. But the strain that we have, everybody knows, is that of the general budget for everybody. Because even for now, you see now we've got this new place, that's a budget already that needs to come and sort this one out. We will hear from the President, we will hear from National Treasury, but it is just our wish that we have seen what the 350 has done for our people. I think that's what's very important. What must be appreciated, that the 350 has put bread on the table. The 350 has managed to even buy some bit of medicine for the children. And so a government that is our government, that's a caring government, I'm sure we will try looking for other ways and means of doing it, because clearly, even from research that was not done by us, done by other people, even the communities themselves. The first thing when I arrived here, that was the first thing they were saying, Minister, some of us survived because of the 350, some of us survived because of the social grants that we get for children and all that. Obviously, I have to be conscious as a minister who is responsible, belonging to a broader government. I have to be conscious of the fact that there isn't money that we need that must go around, but we must look for it.
And just a last question, the backlog of payments, some people haven't received their money yet. How is that process, how is that going?
That is going on because, as I said in December, everybody who is owed money must be paid because the money was budgeted for. The biggest challenge for us has always been the issue of the processing of the money, whether people gave us the right numbers and whether the numbers, because we also have to be accountable. So far, I'm no longer getting the same calls that I used to get in the past. Clearly, many people have got their money, but there's a backlog, and we must cover that backlog. I'm very clear about that. SASSA knows that. The President made an announcement. We've got to make sure that the money that is owed to our people is given to them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was Minister Lindiwe Zulu. We are on the site of the fire in Masiphumelele, where more than 1,000 houses were destroyed by a fire more than 2 weeks ago.
All right, thank you for that. That's eNCA's Nadine Teron out in Masiphumelele in Cape Town with the Minister of Social Development there, Lindiwe Zulu.